Webmasterradio.fm has compressed thousands of podcasts and all of our radio shows into the ultimate Internet marketer's knowledge base. Introducing the Webmasterradio.fm mobile app, absolutely free and now available for iPhone and Android users. Listen to our live broadcast at the push of a button or access our complete archive of shows past and present like SEO 101, Affiliate Buzz, The Shoe Money Show, The Daily Searchcast, and so much more. Download it from the iTunes App Store or the Google Play Store today.
Mobilizing your marketing efforts. Welcome to Mobile Presence. Discover the best practices for tracking and targeting mobile marketing. Our hosts will take you inside the latest trends in mobile technology and help you make the most out of the mobile web. Learn about the latest strategies and trends in the world of mobile, web development, search, email marketing, text message marketing, and more. Leverage your mobile presence today. Now, prepare to get mobilized.
Welcome to Mobile Presence, presented by Skywire Media. My name is Shahab Zagari with Assurance Advertising, and today I'm joined with
Kim Dushinsky from Mobile Marketing Profits.
Thanks for joining us today. Also, thanks for liking our Facebook page at facebook.com/mobilepresence. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and do so and join the conversation. Today, we've got an exciting show for you. We're going to talk about the 5 mobile marketing fails to avoid, get a little bit of some ESPN news, some smartphone sales numbers, and some really interesting, a really interesting move by the FAA. We'll get to all that later, but first, how about we start with the 5 mobile marketing fails to avoid? So this is actually based on a October 29th Forbes article, and first of the 5 is not optimizing your site for mobile search. Now,
I was just going to say, I wanted to give a quick announcement that this article is heavily quoted. Cindy Krum, former co-host of Mobile Presence, and one of my best friends in the mobile world, is highly quoted in this article. So that's really pretty cool. We'll have to give her a shout out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We'll have to tag her when this episode comes out. That's great. Mm-hmm. So Mobile Presence alumni. That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, and so, for example, so not optimizing for mobile search. Essentially, what Krum does say in the article is that, the biggest area where small businesses fall short is that they don't optimize for mobile search. So the keywords and strategies that show up in a desktop search might not necessarily be the same ones that people do on their phone. And that totally makes sense. Think about the times where, business or non-business related, you're searching for something on Google on your desktop, and then when you're searching for it on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is really interesting. This is really interesting. She says that the number one thing to do to make your site, optimize for mobile search is to put your address on there. And I think that's just hilarious that people are still not realizing that having their address on there in, she says in a crawlable format called HCard, but, basically just not embedded in an image. And that your phone numbers are clickable, and I think it's just again, I'm always shocked at how many things on mobile are just all about back to the basics, and yet people seem to think it's so complicated.
Right, and that actually chaps my hide when I'm on my phone and I'm trying to go somewhere and I look and I try and click the phone number and nope, doesn't work. You got to copy it, paste it, do that, add another couple things to it, and generally when people when sites aren't responsive and they create a whole new mobile site, they forget to put the phone number, they forget to put the address. You know what, it doesn't matter, or maybe they're not thinking about that. But yeah, definitely a must.
Well, and like your hours, putting those on there. I mean, you kind of bury your hours in your desktop site because it's easy enough to find. But on mobile, that might be the thing you're looking for, while you're at the stoplight. You're like, please come up before the light turns green so I can find out if the store is still open so I know if I'm turning left or going straight,
Yeah, no, exactly. Which kind of, leads us into the next one, which is, once you do have that mobile site, you have the address, you have the phone number, you've got the strategies in place, don't forget that, you're spending all of this money and all of this time, advertising and marketing your desktop site. You need to do the same for your mobile site. Let people know that you have one.
This is funny. I was doing when I was doing my research for the B2B forum, when I was speaking for that, one of the things I did was grab some industry publications that I don't normally read. So I had a plumbing company from my leads group bring me their magazines. And I noticed that they had little news columns, and that the companies that were putting together their mobile sites were putting in little announcements in there, and the trade journals were publishing that it was news that they had a mobile site.
And, so they were doing it right.
Yeah, exactly. And it was pretty cool because it was, in their industry publication, and so that kind of thing. Don't ever overlook that, but it definitely
print is not dead.
No.
So they went offline to market not only an online business but their mobile site. That's awesome, and a plumbing industry at that. That's way more forward thinking than you would assume.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next business fail, is building an overly complex mobile app, and I think that's kind of self-explanatory.
Right. Yeah.
You try to do all the bells and whistles and.
Well, and sometimes I think, that just goes back to, do you need an app at all? So many times I see apps that are, her fail is, the fail she mentions is overly complex, but I also see the other end of that spectrum, mobile apps that are simply mobile sites. There's really nothing appish about them. It's just, the site, and you sort of egotistically think that people are going to want to put that on their phone and keep it there.
Right. Yeah. And that's two sides to that coin, definitely. If it's just a, mobile site put into an app, even if it's offered for free on the App Store or Google Play, will they keep that on their phone? Probably not.
Well, they might until the next time they have to do a hard reset, and then like I just had to do this week. I was like, okay, but had to figure out if it was time to buy a new phone or do a hard reset.
What'd you end up doing? Hard reset?
Yeah, I figured I'd see if it was gonna fix the situation, and it did. But what happened was, then the guy said, okay, now what you need to do is just reinstall your apps one by one to see if any of those were what was causing the problem. And so it's really put me in this prioritizing situation of, okay, what apps do I really use? And I see a ton of them. I don't even miss them. And I'm like, I'm not even going to bother putting it back on there at all.
Right. Even people who are sitting at the dentist, and they're like, you know what, time to clean up some of these apps, make some room for my photos and videos and things like that. So it's definitely something, and apps aren't cheap. You gotta, spend the energy and the time and the money to create that. So definitely don't make it complex, and definitely make it something where it's creating engagement.
Right. I'll quote Cindy from this article. She said, if you can only afford to do one or the other, mobilize your site, don't do an app. So
Perfect. So what's next?
Locking out mobile customers. I can't believe that businesses even think of this, but she's saying that some companies, if they don't have a mobile optimized version, they actually block mobile traffic altogether.
Wow.
And that's I just can't even imagine why you would do that. That's like saying I don't want anyone with a Dell monitor, or an Acer monitor to see my site.
Yeah, that's that's more annoying than having to pinch and zoom a non-mobile site. Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
what does it do? Like, if you go there, does it just like not show up in Google, or does it like say, sorry, you can't access this site?
I know that certain functions, like for example, certain Vimeo videos, they just say, cannot view this content on mobile. Please, watch it online. But I've never seen an entire website that says, "Oh, you know what? You're accessing us on mobile. Sorry, try again later."
Yeah,
I've never seen that. But that would be annoying. That would definitely be annoying right there.
Yes, and right there, yeah, definitely one of the big fails to avoid.
And so I think that's a good spot. That was all 5. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some things in the news. And then following that, we'll talk about the new FAA ruling, which is quite exciting. So we'll be right back.
Mobile Presence will be back after we connect you to our sponsors.
Ever wondered how you could have access to your own SEO expert, paid search specialist, or social media wizard? Looking for help with your affiliate, display media, or email marketing? Look no further than the folks at Fang Digital Marketing. Fang Digital specializes in both paid and organic search, social media, display, and mobile advertising solutions, and is staffed by industry veterans from Google, Yahoo, and one of the industry's most influential PPC experts. Fang Digital's award-winning staff stays on top of the latest in digital trends and offer tailored solutions so they can audit your progress and build a roadmap to your success. Learn more about their expanding range of full-service strategic marketing solutions at fangdigital.com. That's F-A-N-G digital.com.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is authoritylabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is authoritylabs.com.
There are many things we would love to catch. Catching the final out of a baseball game.
And that's the ball game.
Reeling that big catch of the day. Or catching a ride home.
Taxi.
How about catching more attention, like the biggest retail brands on earth? Introducing Catchy.com, where they sell short-branded attractive.com domain names. Use a short and catchy brand, just like Sony, Visa, and Nike for your next business venture. You can even rent to own for as low as $100 a month. Catch a big break for your business with Catchy.com.
Webmasterradio.fm presents CEO Coach, a show custom built to give you everything you need to build your business on the web. Jillian Muessig, your CEO Coach, will break down the art of business development from the ground up. CEO Coach, on demand anytime inside the Search Engine Optimization channel, only on Webmasterradio.fm. Mobilizing your marketing efforts. Welcome back to Mobile Presence on Webmasterradio.fm. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to Mobile Presence, presented by Skywire Media. My name is Shahab Zagari from Assurance Advertising.
And I'm Kim Dushinsky with Mobile Marketing Profits.
So, as promised, we're going to talk a little bit about news here. It's really, really interesting bit of news. ESPN mobile properties saw more unique visitors than ESPN.com in September for the first time ever. But what's the significance of that? Advertise on ESPN mobile. But no, really, I mean, that's amazing to me. People are logging in on their tablets and phones more than they are on the web.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's a couple of things that play into this. First of all, ESPN has been a really great mobile property for years. I mean, I think they were one of the very first that I was able to, start showing in trainings and things and saying, if you want to know how to do it, look here. So they've really nailed it and been at it for a while. I also think that their topic is really relevant for mobile. I mean, I'm guessing that a ton of those are from people sitting on their couch while they're watching sports.
Yeah, looking up stats, checking different things. That's amazing. That is definitely a big form of engagement right there, where they're using your multiple platforms to watch, different games or the same game. That's just amazing. A couple of bits of information here. Users watched 326 million digital video clips on ESPN platforms in September, a record high number of month starts. They 650 million minutes watching live and on-demand programming across all platforms. So that includes TV and satellite and things like that. Now, as far as alerts and notifications, ESPN sent 1.4 billion, that's billion with a B, alerts in September, up 70% from last year.
Not to interrupt, it says 4.1 billion. You said 1.4.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4.1 billion.
Yeah, 4 billion?
That just boggles my mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What are these alerts about? I'm not a sports person. I just really care if the Broncos win or lose because everyone's happy or not. But what are these alerts? Like, are these like scores?
I don't know. Because I don't have ESPN app on my phone. I just catch the game. I catch them. But it must be upcoming events. It must be contests, things like that.
Well, and it's not even an app. It's just their mobile site. That's wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So definitely amazing. And that also means that not only are they, sending these out, but people are actually hopping on and watching this stuff from their mobile phone.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Really cool.
Yeah. So the other bit of news, October 29th, Juniper Research released an estimate indicating that the number of smartphone shipments exceeded a quarterly record of 250 million in quarter three of 2013. So does that kind of coincide with the ESPN news? Maybe a little. That's a lot of smartphones.
Wow. And what's the I don't have that one pulled up. What's the increase?
That's 50% increase from quarter three 2012. And let's see here. Apple's iPhone accounted for 1 in 7 smartphone shipments during the most recent quarter. That's just amazing. And Apple, they're an interesting case. They're really smart about how they work. I mean, if you create, let's say, a case for an iPhone or an iPad or something that works with something that's patented by Apple, you have to submit it to them for approval. A part of your package, you have to present them with projected earnings, and part of the agreement is that whether or not you hit those projected earnings, you still have to pay the 30% on those earnings that you agreed to in the contract. So if you create an iPad stand and you don't even sell any, you still owe Apple the 30% of the projected earnings. That's, smart business planning.
So every single iPad accessory or iPhone accessory is paying percentages to Apple?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Otherwise, they will come after you. It's breach. Now, there are certain ways around it, certain loopholes. I'm not really going to get into that, but for example, the headphone jack. If you create something that's a mobile phone case or audio speaker system that doesn't charge the phone and it only goes in through the headphone jack, that headphone jack is public domain. So they can't come after you. They can't say anything to you that you can't. But if you do something that goes into their charger, or it does something specifically it uses an app, you better believe you got to submit it to them for approval first, and come up with that agreement where you will pay 30% of your profits. And if you don't hit those profits, you still have to pay 30% of the projected numbers. And on top of that, when you're making the apps, not only do you have to submit the apps to be approved, you have to pay $99 a year just to have that developer account. So on all sorts of software, hardware, they're just raking in the dough. And everybody who's buying a smartphone, September 2013, it was 1 in 7 was an iPhone.
Well, I'm going to go buy more Apple stock in my 401k.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. So I noticed something interesting this week. I was actually looking up something on Costco. I was on my iPad, and I just typed in Costco.com. I didn't do anything. I didn't go to an app or anything. I just literally typed it into my browser line. And I looked up at the top, and I noticed that it was a T dot, I'm guessing standing for tablet, T.Costco.com.
Huh.
And so that was the first time I'd seen that. I have never seen that before.
Wow, let me hop on there real quick. Oh, wow, you're right. Little link at the bottom for desktop site. I've never seen that before.
Right.
Kudos, Costco.
I know. Yeah, they've been another one that's been pretty forward thinking in the mobile space for a long time. They have a really good their text campaigns are really good. They tend to do things that are tied into the holidays. Like for Mother's Day, they always send out a text that says, order your Mother's Day flowers, and then they put a link so you can buy right there on
in their email newsletter.
No, in their text alerts.
Ah.
Right in their text, so you could literally from your text get your Mother's Day flowers dealt with. Right there from Costco.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're actually doing away with their paper coupons as well. In their case, you don't have to have a phone or you don't have to have the coupon. It's just an automatic thing now. You don't have to tear them or cut them or even bring them to the store.
Yeah, they still send them to you though, so you can see what you want to buy and make your list and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're definitely. But yeah, that whole the tablet site, I think that's interesting because most.
I've never seen that. It's usually m.costco.com and T dot. That's amazing.
And just to think, we didn't even go the .tablet route.
Yeah.
Remember the .mobies and
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So let's actually go to break real quick. It's ESPN, Costco, forward thinking. Learn a lesson or two from them. Maybe even start researching this T dot. I mean, if you don't have a mobile site, create one. If you've created one, definitely market it. And once you got into that point, create a tablet version of your site, especially if you're e-commerce like Costco. But yeah, so we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk about that FAA ruling and go from there.
Mobile Presence will be back after we connect you to our sponsors.
Oh yeah, my day is done. Time for happy hour.
You're already done for the day?
Yeah, because I use CertifiedKnowledge.org. Their PPC tools literally save me hours every day.
How do you keep on top of all of Google's new features?
Easy. With Certified Knowledge, their interactive learning modules keep me up to date. And if there's something I don't know, I can watch their video lessons without having to hunt around the Google Help files.
Great. I'm ready to expand my knowledge.
Hi, I'm Brett Geddes. I'm the only leader officially supported by Google to teach the advanced track of the AdWords Seminars for Success. I personally recommend CertifiedKnowledge.org as your one-stop shop for all your PPC needs.
Learn, optimize, connect. Be smart. Go to CertifiedKnowledge.org now.
I'm John Ball, and I'm one of the founders of Page One Power. Page One Power is a custom link building firm based in Boise, Idaho. We increase search rankings and web traffic for world-class brands and mom-and-pop shops all around the globe. Our link building strategies work because we focus on relevancy and quality, and we don't outsource anything. Our in-house staff of professional writers and researchers is the best in the industry. We're the link builders you've been looking for. Visit us today at pageonepower.com.
Johnson, what's this Mantis I keep hearing about? Do we need to call an exterminator?
No, sir. Moby Mantis is our new SMS marketing tool.
SM what?
SMS, text messaging. Moby Mantis lets us communicate directly with our customers in real time. We can send promos, coupons. It even lets our customers market for us by sharing offers with their friends online. It's been great for business.
Sounds expensive.
Actually, I signed us up for an extended free trial. It hasn't cost us a dime.
Good work, Johnson. I guess the only thing we'll be exterminating is the competition.
To get your free extended trial of Moby Mantis, text radio to 21691. That's radio to 21691 for Moby Mantis.
Life tips. Making your life smarter, better, faster, wiser. On demand anytime inside the entertainment channel, only on webmasterradio.fm.
Mobilizing your marketing efforts. Welcome back to Mobile Presence on webmasterradio.fm. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to Mobile Presence, presented by Skywire Media. My name is Shahab Zagari from Assurance Advertising.
And I'm Kim Dushinsky from Mobile Marketing Profits.
Thanks for sticking with us today. Again, as promised, I was going to talk about this new FAA ruling. So apparently, according to Halloween edition on CNN Travel, the FAA will allow most electronic device use throughout the flights. Now, usually you're allowed to pull them out after, what is it? How many feet?
10,000, I think.
10,000 feet. So stewardess comes by, hey, you need to turn that off. Put that on in the, stow it away, put the tablet away, put the laptop away, phones, can't use them. Now, you're going to be able to use the phone from the get-go, landing. I mean, it's pretty interesting. So
well, what I see here in the Fox Business article, it says that the relaxed rule would allow passengers to safely use their devices in airplane mode. So you still wouldn't be able to make calls or text or be online with it unless the carrier provides Wi-Fi service. So if the carrier has Wi-Fi service, then you would be allowed to do it, but you wouldn't still be able to use your carrier plan.
But you could still play Candy Crush.
Yes, and keep reading your book that you have on your Kindle.
Yeah, without annoying the stewardess who's told you 3 times to put that thing away.
Right. I have a feeling that Wi-Fi during the flight will be, it's been sort of random on the flights I've been on. Some have it, some don't. Sometimes it's not working. Right. But I have a feeling that that's going to become, especially with people being able to do it. I think that could be certainly a marketing play for the carriers to say, we've got free Wi-Fi on all our flights.
Mm-hmm. I usually, the longer the flight, the more appealing it is for me to get that Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a 45-minute flight, I'm just like, you know what? I'll bask in the silence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. 'Cause I thought it was you were able to make calls and things. So it's just airplane mode, huh?
Yeah, that's what I just noticed. Yeah, when I looked down, but it's a pretty cool deal, and I do think that the Wi-Fi thing that will blip to be pretty important.
Yeah. So let's see. They interviewed a flight attendant actually in the article. Flight attendants' hard job just got harder, says Travel Blogger. That's because they'll have to ensure that passengers are only using an aircraft safe mode. I don't know. I think it would be easier. Show me that airplane. That little airplane logo. Airplane logo, you're good. Airplane logo, you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's like a closer look, and then you're looking at somebody's device. Is that is there any sort of I don't know? It's kind of weird when somebody looks at your phone.
That's true.
It's kind of a personal deal. We just at my office we just switched over to we switched from Microsoft Exchange to Google Apps. And one of my coworkers was having trouble with her phone getting it connected. And so she's like, here, look at my thing, see if you can do it. And I was like holding her phone and it just felt weird. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to, it was odd. I was like, oh yeah, it's very personal.
Yeah. Yeah. Or someone hands you the phone like, just don't go in the photos. You're like, okay, I won't. I'll definitely not hit that.
Yeah.
Not sure who's been texting you what, but I will not hit that button. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in this week. Very interesting things in the news. Do want to remind you to head over to our Facebook page and like us if you haven't done so already. We're almost to 100 milestone, and that's quite exciting. So help us get there. Facebook.com/mobile presence. Don't forget, you can search Mobile Presence on iTunes, Stitcher, and get the Webmaster mobile app from iTunes App Store or Google Play. Thanks again for joining us for Mobile Presence, presented by Skywire Media. I'm Shahab Zagari. You can contact me on Twitter at Assurance Agency. You can also check out our portfolio at assuranceadvertising.com. And Kim, how can I get a hold of you?
Well, I can be reached at Mobile Marketing Profits, or you can look for my mobile business card at kimdushinsky.com. And go ahead and on the Facebook page, let us know if you've seen any T-Dot websites, or if there's any particular mobile site that you feel like you use more via mobile than you do the desktop. That would be kind of an interesting conversation. So I'll throw that out there as Facebook fodder.
Definitely. And don't forget, every minute is mobile, so make every minute count. We'll see you next week.
This has been a presentation of WebmasterRadio.fm, the world's largest business-to-business radio and podcast network. We welcome you to sample past episodes of this program, as well as our complete library of programs, on demand or on the air via our 24/7 live audio stream at www.webmasterradio.fm. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of WebmasterRadio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of WebmasterRadio.fm is prohibited.